heat number 4.
Should be an absolute lungbuster, Tony. You've got some really quick people in this race. Belfield, Blight, Katona, Laidlaw.
Certainly have. Well, we're about to go green. Okay, it's another great start here. Fourth great start. On the inside was Peter Katona in car number 3. Around the outside in the Tirana goes Ronnie Belfield, driven as car number 61 here tonight. The yellows have come on. Now, gee, I'll tell you what, I'm not sure what it's for, Peter, for Grant. It looked to me like a great start out there, but something was out of order and I'm not sure what it was at this point in time. Collie sponsorship, and Sean's had a fair bit of trouble with the engine, but believe they might have found some problems today and they've sorted it out, and hopefully Sean will go fairly well. He's
got the right number and the right colour.
There you go, and the right sponsor, the Federal Hotel. Okay, down the front straight, they're off and racing again. Oh, a great start this time. Number 3, Peter Katona. 61, Ronnie Belfield on the outside. We can see they're driving 2 and 3 wide through the turns. As we come into the back straightaway now, the action is really thick and fast. Down the back straight, we'll look for the Moe Engines car. I think he's up into 3rd place at the moment as he comes around the outside of Darren Blight. Oh, and I'll tell you what, Stephen Laidlaw right up against the concrete wall, cuts down on the inside of Peter Katona, and we've got a mixer, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big mixer.
We've got the red light on, so all drivers will come to a stop. It might be the 76 car of Darren Cole, I think, on its side.
Well, it's lucky that actually happened. It was also the 67 car of Sean Fitzgerald that stopped up here on the wall. Darren Coles is out of his car.
Well, Darren's, yeah, watch you go around the other side, push it on its wheels and want to keep going. But great stuff. Let's hear it for Darren Coles, ladies and gentlemen. The car went over very gently there, Grant. It's only on its side. If that can be laid down gently, I reckon that Darren will get that car going for the next heat.
That would be the case. He won't be able to race in this one because when it comes down to 10 tacks, he's broken harness, but nevertheless,
and the car
it's good to see him out of the car.
Yeah,
the car has to be inspected.
The car will have to be checked by the scrutineers before he can come out again.
Now they're
at a different angle.
This will be an interesting restart because Belfield on the outside of Katona, then back to Blight and Fitzgerald. I look from a big move from Ronnie Belfield here, and Peter Katona has pulled the Cortina infield. So whether it will be they'll go green, they have gone green. And Ronnie Belfield jumped away into the lead after that pretty dramatic withdrawal there of Peter Katona just leading up to the start. So Belfield at this stage in control over the current WA number 1 of Darren Blight from Katanning. Then Stephen Laidlaw has already sided his way up into position 3. Let's just see what sort of progress he can make of these 2 guys at the front, because Ron Belfield and Darren Blight would be 2 of the quickest production sedan drivers anywhere in Australia, in particular in Western Australia. Ron Belfield looks like he's out of motor. He's taken the car to the top of the track. Darren Blight's come through in a second. Belfield back to 3rd. Looks like he's in big trouble. And Stephen Laidlaw with just a little bit of work to do to make it the number 1.
Well, this race has got a race of attrition. Red Bulls were down to 4 cars. And the race was Darren Blight from Stephen Laidlaw, the Australian champion. Then the Amaros, John and Damon as they come out of turn 4 and another lap together. Just a straight 4 times over. Darren Blight on the back straight. But it like them turn off so we can see as they move down the back straight. The Amaros. Have a look at this for a ding-dong battle. I can't tell which one it is. They're both identical cars, but the Amaros passed the Amaro as they come out the line. Doesn't appear to be able to mow him down. Still the same distance. Then it's David Amaro. Back to the old man, John Amaro in 4th spot. So moved down past Tootle Score in 2004. 4 laps down. This has been some sort of a race of attrition. We had a car roll over, another car involved us in the pits. I believe they're big contenders inside the so they can have a race, Peter Katona and Sean Fitzgerald and one other. So they come
little bit in the corners, and I think Blight possibly with a middle line, and then the two Amados, father and son, but it's son and father in order. And I don't know if they know they're running third and fourth. They've got a long way to go if they want to catch these boys at the front. Darren Blight and that beautifully prepared Signal, he won every race to win the West Australian title down at Margaret River. Is he on another move like that this evening and tomorrow evening? Well, Stephen Laidlaw just does not seem at this stage to have the ability to catch up. Possibly has the ability, but not the motor at this point. As Darren Blight, in some senses, begins to increase that lead. I think 3 to go, James. As Darren Blight continues to lead over Stephen Laidlaw. Then back to David Amato and Father John. Down the back straight, one more time. Darren Blight. Beautiful looking car, the 71. That Blight car from Katanning, as mentioned. Then back to Stephen Laidlaw, has made the journey across from Rosedale, from Moe in eastern Victoria, with the Moe engines, and the car is for sale. For sale after this title. Maybe you'd like to buy it. 28 is Damien Amato, 38 is his father, John Amato. There, third and fourth officially at this point, as we head up with 2 laps to run, I'd say. And Darren Blight, that Blight's Auto Electrics car. That's the business that the Blights have in the great southern town of Katanning, as Blighty leads down the back straight. If you're on the back straight with your car on, put on the brake light, please turn it off, thank you. Darren Blight with 1 to run. Comes to Don Bromley, waving the white flag over Stephen Laidlaw. Laidlaw will now know after this race that he's got some work to do if he wants to defend his title. Second will not be good enough for him. Back then to David Amato and John Amato. But I'm interested to see what the lap times are, because here comes Darren Blight to greet the checkered. One more time, Darren Blight, number 7, across the line at first. Officially second will be the National Foods car, the Moe Engines car of Stephen Laidlaw, the defending national champion. Third across the line in the Sigma, the JMA Engineering car of Damien Amato. And then the similarly badged Sigma of his father John in the 38. And then coming across the line now, just to get their finishing points, Sean Fitzgerald, Sean Fitzgerald, and Pixie's Prince car of Peter Katona with the number 3 on the